Hey there! Just wanted to come on very quickly and say thank you to anyone who watched my short film, Failure to Through, about my failed attempt to through hike the Appalachian Trail in 2022. I was really just touched and blown away by all of the super kind comments and all of the people who felt like they could relate to the story. That really meant a lot to me. I did also recognize that there were a number of people who felt like the story left them with questions. And I do hope that the vlog series answers all of those unanswered questions. But what I wanted to come on here also to say is that the plan for the vlog series is to release them in week-long video segments corresponding with the dates that those events happened on this year. So I started the trail at the end of March of 2022, and so my goal is to have that first vlog publish at the end of March, beginning of April for that first week on trail. So in between now and then though, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, and I felt like it was only right to put out a little pre-vlog video that gave a little bit of context to how I got out on the Appalachian Trail and just how I got to this journey in the first place. So I will leave that with you guys now, and I super appreciate your support, and I hope you stick around for the vlogs. They are coming, I do promise, and I'm going to try to make sure that they are kept on a weekly schedule as well. So without further ado, here is the pre-vlog story.
Some would say the story began on March 30th, 2022. But really, the story began many, many years prior. This is an Appalachian Trail story, I promise, so stay with me here. Yes, I say Appalachian, not Appalachian. But my story begins with the Pacific Crest Trail. You see, I was born and raised in California, hence my Appalachian pronunciation.
We did it! The Appalachian Trail done, baby!
So I encountered various sections of the PCT in my day, from camping at the base of Mount Whitney to holidays spent at my uncle's family home in Idlewild. I had crossed by or near the PCT more times than I could count and never even realized it. That was until I took a drive out to a scenic state park just a little over an hour from my home in Redding, California, and encountered a sign that triggered my incurable curiosity. It was this sign that led me down a path of wonder and amazement. That there were really people who traversed a 2,000-plus mile footpath from one end of the country to the other was mind-boggling, and I wondered if I would ever do anything so grand.
Happened to notice this.
That was almost 10 years ago to the date. I continued to live my pretty basic life while occasionally dreaming of wandering the woods. I had a good career, was climbing the corporate ladder, but then I realized I wasn't interested in climbing that ladder anymore. I wanted to go out and climb out in the mountains. So I began taking steps to prepare for my first through hike. The preparation was thrilling, but there were times I was left feeling like I was preparing for something that might not happen. Was I really going to leave everything in my well-built life behind to go do this big, scary thing?
It's San Jacinto back there. I'm going to be up on that mountain this time next year.
Yes, I had been backpacking before, and it was challenging, but this was something completely different, like backpacking on steroids. And most people I knew couldn't relate or comprehend what I had desired to do. It had me questioning my decision at every turn. But with every questioning was a renewed longing to escape from the norm and take on this crazy adventure.
Whoa! All right, to Mexico!
I blame YouTube. Access to thousands of hours of video journals of others who had through hiked, Dixie, Darwin, Tip Tap. I blamed the books, too. Countless nights spent reading PCT stories like Thirst and Wild. And with that, I would wait no longer. I told my boss of my intentions, obtained my PCT permit, and set things in motion. My permit date? May 19th, 2020. I think we all know what happens next. Nothing. I continued to hold on to hope that things would get better, and then eventually let that hope die. I knew even if I did go out like some did in 2020, that it wouldn't quite be the experience I was hoping to have. No, this was not the year. So I took 2020 to revive my dead YouTube channel and film local hikes in my area, biding my time until I could try again. Then came the day, November 9th, 2021, PCT permit day. I waited to get in for the lottery, and once I did, all the permits were spoken for. November 11th, 2021. November 9th was supposed to be my day. Alas, I was quite unlucky and could not snag a permit. I haven't given up all hope, but I can't help but feel my dreams slipping through my fingers. January 6th, 2022. So while I have not given up on getting a PCT permit, I think I've roughly decided on the AT as a backup. It would be quite the adventure. January 11th, 2022. Once again rebuffed by the PCT permit system. So AT, here I come. And so that brings us back to March 30th, 2022. The day I finally stepped foot in Georgia to start my first attempt at a thru hike.